Okay, let's have a look at this problem together, okay? So you have soccer team, that is A, right? This is soccer team A. It has two types of opponents. So that is type 1 and type 2. Or you can call it class 1 or class 2. So the number of goals team A will score against a class I or type 1 opponent is Poisson. So this is Poisson. Poisson lambda 1, and this is Poisson lambda 2. Okay? But in this case, lambda 1 equals to 2, and the lambda 2 equals to 3. So this weekend, the team has 2 games. So this weekend, two games. Okay. Now we have game 1. Game 1, what is the probability that we are going to play with class 1 team? Probability is 0.6. And what is the probability then play with class 2 team? 0.4, right? And then game 2. Game 2 is independent of game 1, but still there is a probability to play with class 1 team and class 2 team. So class 1 team is 0.3 and a class 2 team is 0.7. Okay. Now, the first problem. The expected number of goals team A will score in this weekend. So we have expectation in this weekend. There are 2 games. So there is game 1 plus game 2. 2 games. So this equals to expectation game 1 plus expectation game 2. So this will equals to given game 1, so expectation for this group, and the mean is 2 and 3. So we will have, if it is play with point team 1, then we have 2, given we are playing with the conditional probability, plus 0.4 times 3 plus this is for game 1 expectation. This is the game 1. Why I could not write here? Interesting. It's below. Oh, okay. I have to go up a little bit. So this is 3, and this is 0.3 times 2 plus 0.7 times 3. So this is for game 2 expectation. So if you get this, you get the okay, full score. Now, for the problem B, the probability that team A will score a total of 5 goals. Okay. So there are different scenarios. Okay. So given that game 1 is class 1 team or game 2 is class 1 team, then you have a probability to have 5 goals. Okay. So there are 2 by 2, four scenarios. Okay, 4 possible scenarios. So if in the first, so this is you want to get 5 goals. So this will equals to, the first one is, what's the probability that you are going to have class 1 team in game 1 and class 1 team in game 2? So you could have class 1, class 1, class 1, class 2, class 2, class 1, and class 2, class 2. So these are 4 possibilities. So in the first scenario, C1, C1, class 1 and class 1. So this probability is 0.6 by 0.3. And then if you play with class 1 and class 1, okay, so you actually have 2 Poisson random variables together. You sum them up, it's still Poisson, right? That's what we discussed in the previous class. So what we have here, oh, we do need the equations, okay? So this will be the, because class 1 and class 1, this will be 2, 2. So if you add the lambda together, it's lambda 1 plus lambda 1. So it's exponential minus 4 times lambda k divided by k factorial. And then you will have C1, C2, C2, C1. So this one will be 0.6 plus multiplied by 0.3. And this one will be 0.6 by 0.7 and 0.4 by 0.3. The last one will be 0.4 times 0.7. So for these two, because the lambda 1 plus lambda 2, this 2 is plus lambda 1 plus lambda 2. So this equals to 5. For this one is lambda 1 plus lambda 1 equals to 4. For this one, the last one is lambda 2 plus lambda 2 equals to 6. So because the lambda is the same, so we're going to merge these two together. So this is 0.42 plus 0.12, okay, times exponential minus 5 lambda, and then you have 5 divided by 5 factorial, plus 0.4 times 0.7 times exponential minus, now you have 6 and 5 divided by 5 factorial. Okay, if you have no calculator up to this point, it's okay. So this is, we're trying to see the total probability rule, conditional probability, and also the sum of Poisson random variable in this case. Hopefully, through this quiz, you get a better idea. Immediately after the quiz, we talk about solution, I think. you will remember this better.